Hey guys, so I'm going to talk to you about two shows that I've watched this week on Netflix. The first is called The Magicians. It just came out recently. It's like, okay, so it's based off of a book that I think I may have tried reading once in high school. I don't remember for sure, for a fact. 100% no. But I didn't finish it. Okay, there's certain books, even though I love to read, that I don't finish, and that was one of them. And if I'm remembering correctly. And the thing was that I didn't like at the time that I tried reading it how vulgar and sexual it was. So I stopped. I was told by one of my friends, who was the reason why I started reading it in the first place, that when she finished it, it was actually really good. I've never given it a chance since, even though it's kind of been slightly on my radar, which has been like 10 years now, so like, I don't know when I'm gonna read it. But Netflix now has it as a TV show, and somebody recommended it to me, so I gave it a shot. And oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, yes, it was still like very sexual, and there was a lot of cuss words, which don't bother me at all anymore, honestly. Back in the day, yes, when I was a wee teenager. But now I'm pretty okay with it, and it was phenomenal. Yes, it's like a grown-up version. Well, I wouldn't say like Harry Potter, honestly, but like it's got magic in it, and it's based on like, now, I don't really remember the book, what little bits I read of it, but the show is about this boy named Quentin who finds out that he's a magician, and he goes to the school and makes all these friends, and one of his best friends doesn't get to go to the school because she didn't pass the test towards the beginning, and all this other stuff happens. Like, he learns through the school, and his best friend learns through, like, the outside world because she doesn't forget that she has magic, and just all this shit happens, basically. And then come to find out, there's, of course, the antagonist, this big scary monster moth person that they call the Beast. And, like, I figured out who he was, like, halfway through the show, and I was right. Like, they had made a guess, the characters had made a guess about this one other person, and I was like, no, that's not who it is. It's gonna be this other character. And it was, like, which, even me figuring it out, it was still, like, a really good twist. Like, if other people don't really, like, if other people aren't the type to figure out stuff like that, I tend to try to do that, like, before it ends up showing you. I don't know if it's, like, my years of watching Criminal Minds or what, but, like, I really enjoy trying to figure out who, like, the antagonist is in shows and books before, like, it's revealed. So, it's still really good. I would recommend it, unless you are very against cussing and sexual stuff. So, go check it out. It's like 13-ish episodes, so it won't take you very long, unless you don't binge watch things like I do. So, okay. Number 2 came out yesterday. Series of Unfortunate Events. Dear Lord. I loved those books growing up. I don't remember why I first read them. They came out when I was in elementary school, and I picked it up somehow, probably at like a book fair or something. I would usually pick up really random books at book fairs when I was in elementary school, and it's so good. I'm gonna try and reread them. I got the first one off of my Kindle app because it was like $2. They were doing a special, so I'm gonna at least reread the first one now. But yeah, it's like, so everything that you wanted from the movie, and I like Jim Carrey, and I like the people they picked to play the kids in the movie, but the movie itself was awful. Like, just no, it should have never happened. So all your hopes and dreams about the movie has been put into the TV show is phenomenal. And I love Neil Patrick Harris. He does a fantastic Count Olaf, and the kids are fantastic. It makes me so happy that, like, it's finally done correctly. The first season, and they're already planning on doing the second season because I was looking at a whole bunch of articles of it yesterday, but the first season covers the first 4 books. So, obviously, the first one with Count Olaf, where they're figuring out that, oh, he is awful and just wants the money. The second with Monty, who by far was the best one they could have had. Like, oh my gosh, if Olaf just hadn't been around, like, those kids would have had fantastic childhoods. Like, I loved him. That was my favorite book, too, for the longest time. And then the third one with the Aunt Josephine and the lake, which was also pretty good. And then the fourth one at the lumber mill. They're already planning on season 2, like I said, which is going to cover the next 5 books, if I remember correctly. And then season 3 is going to cover the last 4. So, yeah, the fact that the actual author who wrote it is also helping with, like, the script and stuff for the show is, I think that's one of the reasons why it's so good. Plus, just, like, the people they picked. Again, for the movie, they picked really good people, but it just was awful. But they picked really good people this time, too, and it's, So, if you haven't, for whatever reason, binge-watched that one yet, like, I watched all 8 episodes last night in one sitting, and I'm not guilty about it, because, dude, like, get on that. Okay, so there's my binge-watching shows for the last, like, week and a half. I finally finished Bob's Burgers, too. That one took me a little longer, because it's 5 seasons, but, I did finish that today, because I didn't really have, and now I don't really have anything to watch. I have Arrow. I haven't finished Arrow yet, so I might go do that tomorrow or something. But yeah, so there's my recommendations for the week. Go check those out. I might kind of start making videos like this, just because I watch a lot of Netflix, so be ready for that. If you liked this video, guys, give me a like, please. If you want to leave me a comment down below, you can do so. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon. It will let you know when I have uploaded new videos. It will notify you and such and magical things. I am gonna go eat pizza, guys, so I will see you later. Bye!